My boy Nash Gold wants to know how I afford to move out of my mom's crib at the age of 21. Do I have a job and all the things like that, right? Now, I am deeply sorry that I took a while to make this video. I know you asked for this video about 12-13 days ago. I'm so sorry, man. I got caught up in life and real shit, right? And just adjusting into moving in, right? So starting off, before I get into it, I just want to say this is really a big blessing on behalf of my first ex-girlfriend. If it wasn't for her, I would not be where I'm at today, because simply just off the fact that she had a car, she had a like 2020 Ford, and it just pushed me to want to get my own car, my own nice car, because I'm not gonna lie, it was like, damn, my girl got a car, I don't have a car, I need to get a car. We broke up, she had the car, I didn't have a car, so I'm over here slaving at McDonald's, saving about $400 of my check, and my check would only be like $457 every 2 weeks, and I'll just save, right, until I was able to buy me a Honda Civic. Now, if you don't have a car, the first thing that you're gonna need to do is get you a car, because when you get a car, it opens up so many doors for you to, you know, get a better job, just make more connections, and just branch out to more areas for better opportunities and stuff like that, right? So I got my car, and once I got my car, I got 2 jobs. The 2 jobs that I had was Hardee's and Walmart at the time, and basically with this, I was investing in the S&P 500 at the time, where I drop anywhere from $200 to $400 into it a month, and I was making about $2K a month working both of these jobs on top of being in school. And this was the year after COVID, so I was in school to be a dental hygienist, and I would get a financial aid of about $2,000 just to be in school, and I would just manage my money very well. Of course, I made mistakes on purchases that I regret and I don't feel like were good purchases, but other than that, I'm very frugal with money. Now, example of purchases that I made that I regret, basically all of my tattoos sum up to a total of $2,000. Do I need to really spend $2,000 on tattoos? No, my tattoos are very simple and very basic. I have this tattoo on my arm that says "In God We Trust," this tattoo right here, this tattoo right here, a tattoo on my leg, and I got a tattoo on my chest. Now, where's these tattoos worth it? Absolutely not, bro. I wish I never got these tattoos, but hey, it is what it is. It's part of me. It is what it is. I can't really do much about it, but other than that, I didn't really buy any shoes. I didn't really do anything. I just always reinvested my money into other things, until eventually, when I was in school to be a dental hygienist, I looked and I seen, hey, I'm doing all this work, because if you don't know, dental hygienist nursing program, it's very competitive. If you get it lower than a C, you get kicked out the program, and it's based off of point systems, and you have to take all these state tests and all this. And I was like, why am I doing all this to potentially just be making 40 to 60K a year? That don't sound too good to me, right? So basically, I was at Walmart one day, and this dude came up to me and he was like, hey, you know, I'm a welder and I do travel welding. I make 3K a week just off of travel welding. I was like, oh shit, that sounds good, sign me up. So the next year I switched my program to the welding program, and basically with the welding program, I was not able to get financial aid anymore, so I had to pay for school, of course, which was about 2 to 3K. But in my mind, it was a ROI, which is a return of investment. Basically, I'm going to do all this, learn this skill, and I'm going to be in demand to work and get better money than basically having no skill or even going to school for a dental hygienist. And basically, I ended up becoming certified, which I'll get to at the end of everything, right? So boom, I'm in school for a dental hygienist. I switched my jobs from Walmart and Hardee's to Amazon, making $17 an hour. And basically, if you don't know anything about North Carolina, that's pretty good. North Carolina is pretty cheap for living wise. Like, it's kind of, you know, a lot of people from New York come down here because the rent is exponentially cheap. To get a good, nice apartment down here would probably be from anywhere from $1,600 to $1,400, right? So it's pretty good living wise, cost wise, living wages, you know, it's nothing crazy. Our minimum wage is at $8.75 or $8.50, I believe. So I got the job at Amazon, and I was grinding to get my certifications in school and learning the welding process, right? Now, as I was doing this, of course, I'm very frugal with money, so I was saving up money. My goal for me to move out of my mom's crib was $25K, but that didn't end up happening because I ended up losing my job at Amazon for about 8 months, which kind of took a hit in my pockets, but at the same time, I wasn't stressing and I was still having fun with that money barrier that I built before. So basically, I had all that, and we're just gonna skip all the bullshit in between. I basically ended up graduating from welding school of July of 2024, and I got certified. I got certified in 2 processes, which is stick plate vertical, stick plate horizontal, right? When you're in school for any type of trade, I suggest you go for any and everything that you could possibly get, no matter how hard or how difficult it is, because that will make you more valuable. Now, boom, it's time to, you know, move out, right? And I know I have a safe cushion. Now, my safe cushion to live here, which what I basically chose is the rent and all my like financial things is going to be about $1,100, $1,200 a month. That is with good car insurance. My car is fully paid off, and yes, car insurance actually matters. Make sure your record is clean, because if you have a clean record, you can get your car insurance down to $90. When I first got car insurance, that shit was $400. Now that shit is $90. It's barely any type of an expense, right? So boom, all my monthly expenses are about $1,100. I have enough savings and I have enough money in stocks to last me about 6-7 months. Now I came down here, it was a very big risk because who was to say I would get the job in welding that I wanted? And you know, things change, things happen in life, right? So that's exactly what happened. I started coming down here, I started looking for welding jobs. I had a welding job test, which I blew the welding job test, and the dude offered to give me another job in the department, but he kind of blew me over. Just like how I had an interview for 2 minutes in a truck and she basically offered me the job but never hit me back. It is what it is. It's the corporate world, bro. It's not fair. Life isn't fair. The Gen Z job market fair is actually very hard, and that's why I say get as many skills and as many trades as you want to. But I did end up getting an actual very good job. So the job I am now is I am a delivery driver associate for Amazon. I'm not working necessarily under Amazon, but I basically am working with Amazon, do a different contractor where I basically deliver the packages to you guys in a van. I work 4 days a week, which is basically Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I work 10-hour shifts, but you can finish early, and sometimes depending on how things work, you might have to go help someone else or you might get off early. Now I'm very thankful for this job because this job pays me $19 an hour, and what I basically plan to do with this job is I basically plan to go back to school to be a plumber, because as I got here and I thought about welding, bro, I don't really want to travel in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm like, yes, traveling is cool, but when you're traveling in the middle of the desert to work on pipes, or you're just doing like fucking in the middle of nowhere, I don't really want to do that, right? So not only do you have that with welding, it fucks up your eyes, your lungs, you get burnt. I have scars right here from me getting burnt. It messes up your skin. And to be honest, I just thought about it and I was like, why not become a plumber? You know, I don't have to, I can work and make a lot of money as a plumber locally, and it's a higher, you know, skill in demand. Not only that, they have actual apprenticeships for plumbing. With welding, they don't really have that many apprenticeships. And then on top of that, the thing about being a welder, so I told y'all I was certified, right? My certifications only last for 6 months. If I'm not welding that process, I lose that certification. And there's so many welding processes. There's TIG, MIG, stick, flux core, and you're welding on so many different type of things. Why would I want to be in a career where I lose my certifications in something and you can't really get like, oh, you're a master's welder or like a journeyman welder in this? Like plumber, you could get your plumbing license, you could get a master electrician, your journeyman's card. With welding, it's nothing really like that. It's kind of like you just have to go test and get recertified, and then every job is different when it comes to welding tests and what you're welding on. You could be welding on aluminum, you'd be welding on different like sheet metal, and it's just like so much to keep up with when I'd rather just go back and be a plumber. So basically, I'm going to use the Amazon job to basically pay off my schooling for plumbing and go back to school for plumbing in the January month. Now, I'm very frugal and I'm very smart with my money, and I know like a lot of people don't have the same habits as me. So if I were you, I would just say, you know, basically save 80% of your check, 80 to 90% of your check. And to be honest with you, you don't really have to buy all those clothes because clothes really don't matter, bro. Especially as you get older, you kind of realize like, damn, I got all these pants for me not to even go out as much or, you know, go out like that because you're so occupied with responsibilities in your life. You don't really need to be the freshest guy to get women, as I've said on this channel, or fitted some jeans. You don't really need to try that hard, bro. Just make sure you as a person are hygienic, clean, and you just keep up with yourself. You don't have to be the flashiest guy. You don't have to buy fucking chrome hearts. You don't have to buy fucking the newest Yeezys, the newest Jordans, bro. Just buy something simple. Maybe, you know, 3 pairs of shoes. Now, I'm not saying like you can't buy nice things, because I feel like when you buy nice things, that pushes you to do more in life, and you know, you're actually working for something and you're rewarding yourself from burning out. It's all in the mindset, bro. Do you really want to be living with your mom forever, or do you want to have that freedom to go out and live on your own, by yourself, do what you want to do? Ever since I've lived by myself on my own, it's felt so great. I felt so good. I'm not gonna lie, I've had not a lot of, but 3 or 4 girls over. That's kind of why I haven't been making YouTube, but hopefully I'm gonna get them comfortable enough to get them on videos with me, and once we get them on videos, you know, things will be good. But if you really want a crib, bro, just grind, lock in, focus in on that, be responsible, make sure like all your actions have consequences, right? So if I had any type of criminal record, I probably wouldn't have been able to live here, right? Because this is basically like a student community, so I wouldn't have been able to live here. Even with the regular lease, you wouldn't have been able to live there because you have a criminal record. It would have been harder for you. All these good jobs, or all these jobs that involve like driving or any type of customer service, they look at your background check. So if you have any accidents where you don't have a good driving record, I wouldn't have been able to get this job where I get paid $19 an hour on 4-day shifts of 10-hour shifts. If I had any like petty theft, that would have closed so many doors. Anything and everything you do, be mindful of what you do, because it can make your life difficult, in the long run towards, you know, getting the things that you want, whether it be a crib or anything like that. Stay out of fights, don't do stupid things, try and avoid drugs, alcohol, any of those things behind, because it will make your life harder. And try to have the cleanest driving record that will lower your insurance, meaning you would have less expenses. And just be smart, take care of yourself, make sure you work out, eat healthy, because health is also gonna, you know, increase your expenses. It's just all about being smart, investing in the right things. I don't really do any type of betting, like sports betting or anything like that. I feel like it's kind of like an addiction, so I stay away from that. You know, I just try and be as smart as possible with my money, on top of, like, if I buy something, I'm not gonna buy it unless I feel like it's a return of investment. So this whole like camera I have, this whole setup I have, I bought it just off the simple fact that at the time I was in school and I was like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna need this for classwork, and then on top of this, you know, I can make YouTube, I can do a whole bunch of stuff with this setup. I didn't buy it with the mindset of, hey, you know, I'm gonna play video games or anything like that. I don't even have the newest Xbox. I have an old Xbox. I stopped playing games, but I will not lie, I am very tempted to buy the new Xbox just to play Naruto Connections and the new Dragon Ball game that's coming out. That shit looks like gas. Basically, this is how I run my life, and you know, I'm focused on bettering myself, because it really comes down to, you know, a lot of girls left me. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. The few exes I had, they left me for a guy who was always doing better than me, who was slightly older than me, and I feel like that also motivates me to, you know, get out here and get my own shit, because the more shit you have, of course there's always gonna be someone who has more shit than you, who's always better, but the more shit you have, obviously, and the better you look, you know, more value you have, the more options you have, so it's not gonna sting or hurt as bad. And I feel like that's really what motivates me to, you know, get on this grind and get rewarded. But it is kind of like a blessing and a curse at the same time, because when you get girls around you, kind of knocks you off your focus. Especially me recently, like, I've kind of been drained on Saturday, Sunday, and today is Monday, so, you know, you just gotta lock into the goal that you have in mind and just focus up. You know, the girls are always gonna be there. Tell them, you know, you could wait. Don't take these girls out on fucking dates trying to impress them, bro. That's how you lose a lot of money too. Do smart shit, don't do stupid shit. Finish everything you started in terms of school, because it will give you like skills and stuff like that, of course. Lock into what you want and stay focused.